The first case confirmed in California, a traveler who returned from South Africa 3 days before Thanksgiving. That person vaccinated but hadn't gotten the booster yet. They got tested after developing mild symptoms. Authorities tonight say close contacts have been reached and have all been negative, and that person is recovering. Tonight, the variant spreading across the globe, confirmed now in at least 28 countries, 8 more in the past 24 hours, of course, now including the U.S. as well. Dr. Anthony Fauci speaking at the White House saying Omicron might be more transmissible and might elude some vaccine protection, but that it is just too early to tell. But he also said the vaccines and the boosters will likely knock down the severity of this new variant. Tonight, health officials are urging the vaccinated to get booster shots, and there's major demand tonight across the country for those boosters. And the Biden administration is expected to tighten rules now for international travelers, requiring testing before boarding their flights to the U.S. And the CDC now directing airlines to provide contact information of passengers from 8 countries in southern Africa. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman leading us off tonight from California.
We have discovered our first case.
Tonight, that first confirmed case of Omicron in the United States. The traveler returned to the San Francisco area from South Africa on Monday, November 22nd, 3 days before Thanksgiving. And 2 days ago, the person reporting mild symptoms and is now recovering. That person was fully vaccinated with Moderna, but was not yet due for a booster shot. California's governor reporting aggressive contact tracing, and so far, all close contacts have tested negative. But the discovery increasing the national urgency to find out more about this variant.
We don't know how infectious it is, although there is a strong likelihood that it is more infectious than Delta. We don't know how sick it will make people, but that is being studied furiously right now across the world.
With Omicron now in the U.S., the Biden administration is planning to tighten rules for international travelers by requiring everyone, vaccinated or not, to be tested 1 day before boarding their flights to the U.S.
I think that would be a little better, yeah.
The CDC this morning directing airlines to provide contact information of passengers who have been in southern Africa. Omicron has been detected in at least 28 countries. And while health experts suspect it is highly transmissible, the World Health Organization says we could have some early data within days. The variant has 50 mutations. 30 on the virus's spike protein alone, and you can see in this image how different Omicron is from Delta.
The profile of the molecular profile of the kinds of mutations that you see would suggest, A, that it might be more transmissible and that it might elude some of the protection of vaccines. But we don't know that now. But I think any declaration of what will or will not happen with this variant, it is too early to say.
Tonight, health officials are urging unvaccinated Americans to get their shot now and the vaccinated to get their booster as soon as they're eligible. Dr. Fauci talking about the spike in antibodies in your system when you're boosted with that extra shot.
Boosting is really very important because the data that we get on boosting, if you look at the level, for example, of an antibody, a neutralizing antibody, peak following the second dose of a 2-dose mRNA, it's like at this level. If you look at the peak following the third shot boost, it goes way up here.
Nearly 30% of Americans who are eligible have gotten a booster shot, and demand is surging with concerns about the Omicron variant.
We were kind of a little bit lazy and didn't get our appointments set up yet, so this kind of pushed us forward.
While there is plenty of supply in the pipeline, some pharmacies temporarily running out.
I got a text, your appointment's been canceled.
Yeah, now the frustration across the country trying to get the boosters. Matt with us tonight. And Matt, we also paid attention to Dr. Fauci today saying one thing that we learned from the Delta variant, he said, is that even if a vaccine isn't specifically directed to a new variant, you can still get a high immune response, what he called spillover protection. He said he's expecting that with this new variant, too. I wanted to get back to what you reported there on this first case. We all got those alerts the day after Thanksgiving of this new variant. Well, now we know this first U.S. case in California was actually 3 days before Thanksgiving.
That's right, and we just learned something very interesting, David, from the doctor who sequenced that variant in San Francisco. He said that that traveler was actually, quote, very proactive, self-reporting to the San Francisco Department of Health. Doctor also says it's actually a good thing that Omicron is in the United States because now we have a viable sample, and that can give scientists the opportunity to determine whether this variant is in fact more transmissible and more virulent than the Delta or not. But the doctor cautions it could take weeks to make that determination. David.
Yeah, we still have a lot to learn tonight, Matt. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.